Hi, it's Kirby Summers, and I welcome you to my true crime podcast. Slowly, I am crawling my way back to uh, feeling somewhat normal. I'm trying to get a lot of sleep. I'm taking vitamin C. And while, my work hours, because of my new series, Deconstructing Wexner, which I'm going to sort of give you an update on, I haven't gotten a lot of rest. What I'm trying to do, though, is get sleep and stay off the phone, try to pamper myself. However, I am completely absorbed in the series that I began a couple of days ago, Deconstructing Wexner. A lot of you, by the way, became new subscribers to my Substack, and I want to thank you for that. Um, it is a very complicated and well-deserved look at the life of Leslie Wexner. Before I give you an update, smash the like button if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, where I basically keep you posted on everything I do. Then subscribe now, okay? Because I've got a ton of other deep dives that I've uploaded to this channel. And I let you know what's happening on my Patreon, and I let you know what's happening on my Substack, and I let you know, um, when I just need to share information that I believe you should know about. The feedback I've gotten from Deconstructing Wexner Part 1, where I really just kind of spilled the tea and pulled a lot of skeletons out of Wexner's closet. You can just go back if you didn't know, some of the summary that I provided. Just go and listen to the podcast I did several days ago. I am putting the finishing touches on what I'm including for part 2, which drops this coming Sunday, January the 28th. If you're already a subscriber to my Substack, keep an eye out for your inbox Sunday morning, because this is as jarring, as kind of, it's new information that, again, you haven't heard anywhere else. And it's going to be quite a revelation. I'm trying to figure out what I can share with you and what I should sort of wait until you get the part 2 before I even hint at it. However, we are stepping inside Leslie Wexner's closet because many of you realized during part 1 that he's lied about many, many things. And my question as I work on what to include, because I told you I've been collecting information on Leslie Wexner and various members of his family and their history for a couple of decades. So I have quite a bit of info, and I'm kind of trying to just extract the right information that you have not seen or read anywhere else before. And it's, and I wonder, as I do this, if he's even haunted by the many secrets that he's kept. Are his family members who have basically known about a lot of this stuff, are they even haunted? And during the time that I was researching, I would say within the last, I think 5 years ago, I stumbled upon some interviews given by certain members of his mother's family, which basically confirmed other information I discovered connecting Bella Wexner to a very important historical event. A historical event that frankly is very important. Almost everyone knows about it. Everyone knows about it in sort of the same sense that everyone knows about the Jeffrey Epstein story. That said, the way the public knows about that particular incident is in a way, in the same manner that people know, I'm going to call them normies, not you, not I, but people who really don't do deep dives. So that particular situation, I'm going to refer to it, has been skimmed over, in history lessons, and certain parts have been omitted, and then there's a lot of disinformation. Same as with the Jeffrey Epstein case. So, what I did do is, while I can tell you, I'm just going to go ahead and break down and say this, because I think I tweeted something to this effect, although I know a lot of you are not even on Twitter, which is now called X. I hate calling it X, to be honest. I've been sort of also, I poke around a lot of the different people that are connected to the Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell case, which of course includes Leslie Wexner and Leon Black. On my Substack, I did a series on Leon Black. I still have another 2 parts to go on that one, but I've got a good several articles up there with a lot of really good information. I think I was the very first person to do it because I knew Michael Milken had a deep working relationship with my abuser's father, Michelle Merklis. And so I always knew about what was happening with Leon Black and Michael Milken, so on and so forth. However, what I do share in part 2 is something, again, that I have been yanking at, sort of like pulling the thread. Why was it only Prince Andrew that has been made sort of a public spectacle? He's the only one who has been made to pay. Yes, it's only a civil penalty, and yes, he apparently paid, I believe the reported number was 12 million to settle the civil lawsuit that Virginia Giuffre brought against him. And I just want to just insert here that, of course, her attorney was David Boies, who, as I have shared with you, is a fixer. And therefore, as a quote fixer, it is my belief, as well as I'm sure many of you, that he works on the Wexner side for the other side, if you will, and that it is very likely, from where I sit, that Virginia Giuffre has been used as a pawn. Okay, so that I did come across new information that might explain, and it's not what I uploaded to YouTube a couple of months ago, because there are several things about Prince Andrew that would be beneficial to the people, let's say, on the Wexner, Epstein, Leon Black, their name, I can go on and on with the names, Ghislaine Maxwell, on and on, why it would make sense to sort of bring Prince Andrew down. But in this part 2 of Deconstructing Wexner, I go into high voltage and reveal a really well-kept secret that sheds a lot of new light on a very likely reason as to why Prince Andrew was going to be the only person. We're not going to see any of the other perpetrators brought to any kind of justice, not in a civil lawsuit, and certainly not by either the government of the United States, and certainly not the government of the United Kingdom. What I did in the preview that I sent out earlier is I included an excerpt of part 2. I'm going to read it to you, okay? Because I just want to give you as much as I can. And if you haven't become a member of my Substack, it's a newsletter. Substack, some people have been asking, what's Substack? It is a place where writers, authors, independent journalists go and include some of their work on that platform. And I have been doing a regular newsletter since I began working on the Epstein case, which is July of 2019. So I've got quite a number of articles and series. Okay, so I'm going to just start with an excerpt of part 2. And forgive my voice, I'm still not back to normal, but I am trying. All right, a gray frosty mist hung in the air like a silent roar on the November morning in 2001, when Bella Wexner's 93-year-old body, in a casket, was loaded onto Jeffrey Epstein's 727, known as the Lolita Express. Even then, Bella wasn't ready to depart. She'd inhaled her last breath on a narrow bed in New York's Mount Sinai Hospital. The bustling city had been her home since 1992, after she abandoned her son's lavish estate on Via Los Ignas in Palm Beach. Bella's Manhattan mansion was just steps away from Epstein's, which had once belonged to her son, as had the plane carrying her corpse. Her only male offspring had inherited her demons and given her the status she felt was her birthright. Okay, that's the excerpt. And it drops on Sunday, the part 2, which includes a lot of information. Oh, I'm like, on the one part, I'm really super excited. On the other part, I'm super tired. And as I said, I'm still working on getting myself healthy because this is draining. The part 2 is a historical, it's a very important historical nugget that again connects us to Prince Andrew. And there are certain dates that coincide with certain things that connect to Epstein, which connect to Wexner in turn. This series, is a long series. I'm not going to be sending out the same series week after week. I'm going to be including other deep dives that are going to be as interesting to you, because I'm aware that not everyone might be interested in learning more about Leslie Wexner and his entire family. However, there are many of you who are interested in Leslie Wexner, so the series will continue to unfold during the next couple of months. As I said, I will be including other information, as I often do, on my Substack, as well as uploading new patron-only podcasts to my Patreon. And I'm never going to ignore you here on YouTube. I'll be uploading other podcasts here on YouTube as well. Please remember, give this a like, subscribe, and hey, if you're already a member, I can hardly wait for you to read part 2. Drop Sunday. Talk soon. Bye.